Hello, this is Citron 1515 coming at you with another movie review. The movie I'm going to be talking about now is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Not the classic 1972 one directed by Tobe Hooper, but this new one that was just released out for Netflix. So basically, this one is doing what the Halloween franchise did, which is retconning all the other, Massacre sequels that came out, aside from the original. This one, as stated itself, has an official sequel to the original 1972 film. And it even goes so far as to bring back heroine Sarah Hardesty, although this time she's portrayed by a different actress because the original actress who played her in the first one, Marilyn Burns, passed away in 2014. God rest her soul. So, what did I think about this new one? Well, for starters, I found the characters to be really bland and boring. Honestly, I didn't give a shit about any of these characters. They weren't, it wasn't clear on what exactly they were trying to do. It's like they went to this town that was right outside, I think, was it Austin, Texas or something like that? Harlow, I believe is the name of the town. And they're trying to finance it and they're trying to get it, started and revive it again. And so, but the thing is just, I just couldn't get invested into these characters. I mean, they're just, I really just, in the end, I really didn't really give a fuck about any of them. I'm like, if they were died, I'm like, nah. Although the sisters, Melanie and Leela, towards the middle to the final climax, I did start to care about the sisters a little bit. But anyway, so getting back to the story, Leatherface and this old woman who's a distant relative of his, I'm guessing, are actually in this small town of Harlow, and so they get into a conflict with one of the kid groups. Guy's name is Dante and Melanie, and they end up kicking them out, saying that they're not supposed to be here, that they're supposed to be moved out because they're going to renovate this town. And honestly, I thought that, I'm like, what the fuck? They're kicking them out? Why? And of course, Leatherface isn't going to like this, so long story short, the mother, the woman with Leatherface, she ends up going into cardiac arrest or something like that, and she ends up passing away, and it pisses Leatherface off, so of course he gets his iconic chainsaw, goes on a massacre. The only highlight about this film is the bus scene, where Leatherface just goes up onto this bus and he just starts hacking all these people up. Right after, they all pull out their cell phones and they start video recording. And this Asian guy's like, hey dude, if you do anything, you're gonna get canceled. And I'm like, Asian guy, I don't think Leatherface really gives a fuck. And Leatherface doesn't, because right after that, he takes his chainsaw and just starts making sushi out of everybody. And the gore, the one thing that this film has going for it is the gore. I did love all the blood, all the body parts getting chopped off. I mean, this film excels at being gory and unapologetic, in the amount of blood and just, it goes all out on the slashing, gore, and massacre. And that's basically the biggest highlight. I even hate to say it, but even the iconic heroine, Sarah Hardesty, the legacy character, I wasn't all that interested in. Probably part of that due to, it not being Marilyn Burns this time, it being another actress. I felt if Marilyn Burns were still alive and if she had reprised the role, I probably could have invested in it a little bit more. But even, the legacy character, came off as kind of bland and dull. So, despite it being, up on the gore, this film just doesn't cut it for me. Basically I say skip this film. This film was a big clusterfuck. And that is my review. Citron 1515 out.